Hello everyone. Well, it's June 20th, Wednesday. Been making a little progress here on the 57 project, ordering more parts. See, I ordered and received a fuel filter for the fuel system. It comes with a cartridge, but I got an extra one for when I need one, because you know they discontinue this stuff from time to time. Gathering up tools and looking forward to doing brake lines and gas lines. So I got the flaring tools out and the bender. I've got more benders than that, but that'll be the one that does the front brakes, 3/16. And like I say, you got to do this twice. You got to build it so you can mock everything up. We got to put a sway bar on here. So in order to put the sway bar and know where to mount the bar, have to have the front end together, the suspension together. So that meant putting all this stuff on. Built a spring compressor. There's a piece of it laying up there. Here, let's get it down and show you. Nothing fancy. Actually, it's just a 1/2-inch rod with some other parts and pieces. I got an eye down at the bottom and a bar that goes across the bottom control arm, and then a 1/2-inch rod and some washers and a bearing. You stick that up where in between the spring, because the spring compressors, I'm told, on this particular assembly, I was about to buy a spring compressor, and then I looked online and found a number of people saying that you put the spring compressor in there and compress the spring and stick it up there in the pocket between the A-arm and the pocket, and once the spring's in, you can't get the compressor out. So a number of people recommended that type of thing, and it works quite well. Once you do one, you know what to look for and what to do and what not to do. So what you do is you take this mounting apart, where it mounts to where the lower control arm mounts to the A-frame. You take that apart. You put the spindle on loosely, put the bar up where the shock would go in the coil, get the coil set nicely in the pocket, and start tightening it up until that control arm comes up and you can mount it to the bottom of the cross member. And like I said, actually it works pretty nice. So anyway, put both of those in. My brakes are ordered. I'm getting disc brakes from Engineered Components Incorporated. They're in Connecticut. I'll put a link below. I'm really happy with them. I've used them on other projects for a long time ago. They've been around for a long time, and was very happy with the response from them and the products from them. So I looked here. I had a Heinz kit, and decided not to use that because the rotors were kind of small and the calipers were kind of small for this size car. And the kit that I'm getting from ECI has bigger rotors and bigger calipers, so I'm going with that. And he's supplying the master cylinder and the proportioning valve as well. So it's like a complete system, no questions, no risks. I know it's going to work because getting it from them, I know what to expect. So anyway, that's supposedly in the mail today. So when that gets here, obviously I can put the hubs on, put the wheels on. We can maybe simulate some weight so that the suspension settles a bit. Put the sway bar with the suspension like at simulated ride height. We can figure out where the sway bar needs to go. So anyway, I just finished putting all this together. I had to take the Pitman arm off the old steering box, which meant I had to go buy a puller because the thing was on there to stay. And I got all the new parts here, the new outer tie bar ends and the inner ends and the adjusters. This is the only original piece. The rest of it's all new. Spindles are new because they're 2-inch drop spindles. The control arms are new. The springs are new. You even got a bearing kit for the what do they call it? Idler arm. So It's getting there. So like I say, you got to put it together and mock it all up, see what's going to work and what isn't, fit it, mock it all up, assemble it, and then take it apart, finish it, and reassemble it. We were yesterday under here talking about how we're going to run brake lines and fuel lines. See, I got the tank mounted up in there again for that purpose, for running the fuel line. It's not permanent. Obviously, I got to take it down again to finish the floor and everything underneath it, above it. But we're making progress. Actually, it's going, I'm happy with it. I think it's going quite well, much better than any other project I've ever done. Because I'm kind of concentrating on this one more than any other project I've ever done. But that's what it takes. All right, all for now. We'll be back at you when we got some more to show you. Hopefully those brakes will get here and I can mount some of that stuff and put the wheels on and show you what all that looks like. All right? Till next time, thanks for watching as always. Bye.